My name is Mark Lee Wilson. I'm the Director of International Marketing for New York State's Division of Tourism. My first job after school was stuffing envelopes in the mail room of the Tourist Board of Barbados, which is where I'm from. And I eventually worked my way up through that department, eventually ending up in Canada where I studied tourism, then returned to the island and continued working for the tourist office. And eventually I went to New York to work as a sales rep for the Barbados Tourist Board. I eventually ended up running the Barbados Tourist Office's operations in the United States for quite a few years. After that I became the Director of Marketing of the Caribbean Tourism Organization. After that I formed my own consulting company which helped places establish and implement plans to build tourism. And it was when I was consulting that I was interviewed by the government of New York to help them with marketing, and that led to me being hired as an employee rather than a consultant. In a nutshell, my responsibility is to increase international tourism to the state of New York. When people hear the word New York, they think of skyscrapers and Times Square and the Statue of Liberty. But New York is a state that is the size of France. It takes 7 hours to drive from Manhattan to the northern end. So the emphasis of the job is to increase awareness of what New York State really is and to increase international tourism to all of New York. New York State is a very, very vibrant state. And contrary to what people who don't know it think, probably the most dominant factor about New York is the word green. There's a tremendous amount of trees and fields and outdoor activities that are possible in New York State. So the combination of New York City and upstate where one can enjoy the outdoors is highly, highly appealing. In terms of international marketing, because there are many, many ways in which we market it, we place great emphasis on encouraging tour operators who are the wholesalers in the industry to offer New York State as an add-on to selling travel to New York City. And there's great variety in what they can offer. So that's one way in which we build business to the state. And of course, once we are able to agree with a tour operator to offer a unique aspect of the state as an addition to a New York City visit, we also support these operators in their marketing activity. We add to it significantly where we can. One other way in which we have been marketing is increasing awareness of the various themes that one can enjoy or experience in different parts of the state. We've placed great emphasis on theme marketing, and we've been bringing journalists of different types to the state to experience and then spread the word about, be it hiking, be it fishing, be it winery tours, unique and probably not thought of ways of enjoying the state. Every job has challenges, and there always will be challenges. I was doing what I'm doing when 9/11 occurred. Having seen it, it did have an impact. But I came here and connected with people like you, connected with the tour operators and the travel agents and those who were selling New York, and shared with them what we were experiencing. There was a time immediately after that communication was not possible, and even talking about what was going on was not practical because we were all, I guess, mourning in a way. But when the time was right, I came here and met with many, many people in the industry, had a zillion interviews on many, many forms of media to share with them what we were going through and what we were doing about it. And it was extremely important to keep in touch with them consistently to let them know what was going on. Because while it happened to New York City, it happened to New York State, it happened to America, it happened to England, and it happened to the world. We listened to our supporters from here, got their ideas and their thoughts. We got together in New York in ways that we never had before. You know, sometimes these things cause friends to be really friends. And together we agreed that what we needed to do was to tell all of you who care about us so much and who empathize with us so much, that if you are really sorry and really feel what we're feeling, the best thing you can do is come to New York. And then among ourselves, we lowered prices like they have never been lowered before. And we all worked together and created packages and programs and combinations of experiences that we never have before. And that made it enticing. And it worked not only for the UK, but also for America. For the office itself, I think one of the most notable successes is the fact that out of all of the tourist offices in the world, the I Love New York Twitter feed is the biggest. I think it has to do with another outstanding success, which is this.
Okay.
There is no other tourist office in the world that has a branding that has done what this has. And we have found that while it means that we love New York, it also means that you love New York too. And there are all sorts of ways of expressing and talking about the ways in which you love New York. And that leads to other things and other things and other things. You know how it is with these social networks. What immediately comes to mind is Sylvan Beach in the middle of the state, going west. It's a little community where a lot of the people who live there have lived there, and so were their parents and foreparents and so on. It's on a lake, and it's small, but it's really like a big, big family. When you go there, you feel welcome, you feel love. It's like America 200 years ago, Sylvan Beach. I also like Montauk in Long Island. Montauk is the furthest point in the Atlantic Ocean that New York goes. It's because, as you know, Long Island is an island into the Atlantic, and the Atlantic is on one side, and Montauk is the end in the Atlantic. And it's wonderful because it's a seaside community, and it's even more wonderful because the fishing there is kick-ass.